for tuning in today. You're listening to The Daily, and I'm your host, Amy Carlin. Yesterday, we were talking about how our understanding changes as we grow up. We gradually recognize that other people have their own experiences and perceptions, and sometimes, particularly as youth, we tend to get hung up on what other people think of us. As adults, we're still aware of this, and sometimes we're still bothered by it. But then, usually not until you grow old, and as some people say, revert to childhood again, you eventually let your filter come off. And you start caring less and less as time goes on about what other people might be thinking of you. And you act according to what you believe, which in some people can be negative if they generally consider the world and other people to be unpleasant and uncaring. But in some cases, this can turn into people being unabashedly kind to everyone around them. People who have lived long enough to realize that other people aren't usually thinking about them sometimes get to realize just how petty most of our worries are. Even though as adults we might think, oh, those worries I had when I was a child or as a young adult or teenager were so petty. But the worries I have now, oh, those are really, really important. But in reality, they're not. Because one of the goals in life is to be aware of the needs and wants and desires of the people around us, but to still live our lives according to the light of Christ, no matter what everyone else is doing. So, in effect, it's being aware of others but not being influenced by others, because instead, we're being influenced by the Spirit. We're in the world and aware of the world, but we don't have to be of the world. We're not overly affected or influenced by the world when we reach this point. And that is one of the main things we're trying to learn in life. As Paul says, "For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known." You can read more of Paul's teachings on this subject in 1 Corinthians chapter 18. What do you think? How have your perceptions changed over time? How can we maintain a perspective that isn't worldly? How do you practice being in the world but not of the world? Thank you again for listening today. The Daily is brought to you by The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.